next guest is going to weigh in on the latest with the Iran war. Joining us right now is retired Navy Admiral and former NATO Supreme Allied Commander Stavridis. He's a partner and vice chairman at the Carlyle Group. He's also the co-author of a new novel, which is out today, 2084, the third and final installment of a trilogy. We're all trying to understand what comes next. Is there an option for the United States, given that it does seem that the Iranians are willing to play this out for as long as they think it takes, and are willing to put their own people to some degree in peril and their own economy in peril? The question is, are we, I guess, at this point?
Andrew, I think the president has three options at this point. None of them are very good. One is he can throw up his hands and kind of walk away. That's unrealistic. I think you leave the strait in that hands of the Iranians, and they still have the nuclear. But he could still do that in frustration. Mm-hmm. Option two, he could resume massive bombing campaign, sort of similar to what the first 30 days looked like, more shock and awe, but go after leadership, go after oil and gas. A lot of downside to that, cost, retaliation. But that's option two, go big. And then option three, which is where I think this probably lands, is continue to try and strangle the Iranian economy, open the strait with force. I think that has to
What does
occur.
that mean? Walk us through the idea of opening the strait with force.
You'd need a carrier, you'd need a dozen guided missile destroyers and frigates, you'd need 6 minesweepers, you need special forces in small boats, helicopters, probably a squadron. I could take you in detail through it. We have these plans. It would be a significant undertaking and would probably require, here's the bad news, some troops ashore.
Okay, so you have some troops ashore. What is the economic and human toll of this?
It would be significant, but you would end up succeeding. You would open this strait.
And how long would you have to be there to keep this strait open in this regard?
In the scenario we're spooling out here, you'd have to be there for potentially years.
And what is the economic cost of doing that?
About $1 billion every week. Maybe
$1 billion
more.
every week.
Maybe more. Maybe.
So you'd be spending $52 billion. This goes now, we always talk about the cost of oil. It'd be $52 billion annually.
That'd be minimum. Don't forget our wars in Iran and Iraq our wars in Iraq and Afghanistan were measured in the 50 billion every quarter kind of level. So this is a very costly enterprise. So again, there's no great option here, but I think where they will.
But you're calling that the middle, the $50 billion a year option is the middle option.
Correct.
For you.
Correct.
What is the all the way option and the no option? the free option.
No option. The good news about the no option of just walking away from it is you reduce cost tactically, but strategically the strait would remain closed and the global economy would take a hit. And I leave it to economists to measure that. In terms of the really high end, putting troops ashore in a significant way, going downtown Tehran, you're talking 100 to 150 billion a year kind of cost. So I think you end up sort of in the middle. None of it, again, are a good set of options. What you want to do is put enough pressure on the Iranian economy that they come to the table in a serious way, which they haven't so far, and it's your point. It's because they don't care about their people.
That's extraordinary, just to even contemplate.
What is the shock and awe cost?
Shock and awe, if you really stretch that out and you include significant troops on the ground, that is a...
What, you would be including significant troops on the ground?
Yeah.
That's your downtown Tehran plan?
Yeah.
And we have all these plans sitting in binders somewhere?
They're in file cabinets.
You've looked at them, you've read them, you've written some of them.
I have been involved in this kind of planning. So has every retired four-star. It's a well-known sequence of events. Opening the strait, Tehran, all of it.
I guess at that point, with the third option, you look at what a peaceful, prosperous Middle East looks like
and
for the next decade, and wonder whether it's worth $52 billion a year.
That's exactly right. You decide whether you want to play the long game here. Yeah. Again, this is why your best option is to get the Iranians to the table. I think there's still an even chance of that occurring because we're very focused on Iran as capable of lasting forever. I don't think that's the case. I think the economics of this are going to start to grind away at them.
Even the regime
Correct.
could be
and
compromised. They're not yet, probably.
Not at all.
Although
they could be.
They don't even have the supreme leader. Is he?
He's still alive. He's still alive.
Are
but
you sure?
No one is sure. But I think all indicators are that he's alive. We killed his parents. We killed his parents. We killed his wife. We killed his child. He's in no mood to negotiate, but he's alive. He is wounded badly, according to the Secretary of Defense. So not a good interlocutor. Becky?
Let me ask you about what Bibi Netanyahu said on 60 Minutes on Sunday.
Sure.
Israel is the largest recipient of defense aid that America has, military aid, military assistance, all the way back to World War II.
Correct.
Bibi Netanyahu said that $3.8 billion that they're receiving, they would like to wean themselves off between now and, I guess, the next 10 years. What does that tell you? Is that a sign that they are there on their own 2 feet? Is that a sign that they don't need us anymore? Is it a sign that they don't want to be beholden to the United States' opinion on what they can and can't do?
All three. And at the end of the day, one significant result of this war is going to be Israel as a superpower in the region, in the Middle East. I'll give you a second major implication of all of this.
Is that good for us or bad for us?
I think it's good for us, ultimately. It'll reduce our cost in supporting them militarily. It gives us a strong, capable ally in the region. But I'll give you an investment implication to all this, which we're discussing, which is defense. It is the fact that the United States has proposed a huge new defense budget, $1.5 trillion. Europe is in the process of doubling their defense budget. Japan is doubling their defense budget. We're burning through capital stocks that are going to have to be replaced. Huge human cost, huge geopolitical turmoil. But as an investment, defense looks pretty promising.
And defense as an investment for the short term, because if you're looking longer term, we're not going to be there. The ones who are defending all of these different places, they will all be stronger allies and able to stand on their own 2 feet, and therefore our defense spending will eventually come down?
That would be the ideal scenario, but we also have opponents like China and Russia who are also increasing their defense spending. And by the way, as to the book that I just wrote, 2084, Looking to the Future of War, it's changing in front of us. It's unmanned, AI, hypersonic, special forces, all that comes together in this novel of 2084, but you don't have to wait to 2084 to see it unfolding.
I have a question about that. Did anything that's happened in the past year or two come faster than you thought in terms of changing? But would that change what you think the 2084 really looks like?
It came faster, but it doesn't change my conclusion, which is that 2084 is based on unmanned artificial intelligence, cyber. All those things are changing more rapidly than I thought they would. Look at Ukraine, and I'll close with just two numbers in Ukraine to hold in your mind. The Ukrainians are building 1 million drones a month, Andrew, and they're killing 1,000 Russians a day. Kind of do the math there. That's the future of warfare.
That's the future of warfare. So when you talk, by the way, about putting boots on the ground, for example, in Iran, do you think in the future you would never put boots on the ground?
I think you're going to put fewer and fewer humans on the ground. And by the way, here's another investment implication of all this. It's robotics. We're all liquored up, as we say in North Florida, about artificial intelligence, and we should be. But that ability to actually do things in the real world, that's robotics, and that will be a significant part of war as well.
That sounds like Terminator without the machines running it. It's just other people running the machines and dominating each other.
That is correct, and that's going to be true not only in war, it's going to be true on the nursing homes, it's going to be true outside in Times Square, vendors. Robotics is going to be a significant, and this upsurge will pick up all of this.
They want us to go just because we're over time, but I just have, no, but the implications of this on the war piece.
Yeah.
If everything is robotic and everything is just drone oriented, doesn't it just become a battle that maybe doesn't even ever happen on the field at all? It just becomes a deterrent scenario where you know that one side has more than the other and that's it?
I could make the argument that what you're describing is actually nuclear weapons.
Right.
And
Yeah,
so
no,
do
but
we get to that point? I think the answer is
whereas
yes.
if you know that we have, 50 million drones ready to go,
That's
bad.
called deterrence.
Yeah.
Deterrence
Mutually
is
assured destruction. Bad.
Exactly, and it's two things. It's capability, capacity, if you will, and credibility. Does the other side believe you would use it?
Right.
Those are the two elements.
it's fascinating to talk about what's happening in real life, and it's fascinating to talk about fiction, though you've been thinking about what this all looks like in 2084. Congratulations on the book, and thank you for your help this morning.